And then that last joint that y'all heard right there, man, that was from the medley from the project Live at the Map Room. That was Brown Calculus, and it's really, really dope to have them live on the neighborhood tonight. What's good?
Hey. Yo, what's going on?
Happy to be here.
Look, man, thank y'all for being here, man. Busy. Y'all some busy folk, man. Like for real.
Yeah.
I mean, so much to talk about, so much to get into. So first of all, let's right off top, let me say congratulations for being recognized in the Willamette Week Best of Portland poll.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You were. I should have done that. Like that's when I should have done that, right?
Thanks.
Y'all story is really dope, man. But just for folk who aren't familiar, I want to give y'all an opportunity to sort of share how this collaboration came together.
Well, we met a few years ago,
Yeah.
4 years ago, and she actually saw I was playing in a band that she now plays in called Tribe Mars, over at the Firkin Tavern, and we met there, and then we started hanging out and listening to records here and there, and had similar taste in music and stuff like that.
We both love Sun Ra.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Because she was in a,
right.
she used to be in a Brazilian group called
Popgoji.
Popgoji.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to put on these like Brazilian records and stuff like that, and then I don't know, she was never as like impressed as I thought she was going to be.
Oh,
and
no.
So I kind of like, I'm like, all right, let me just put something whatever on. So, start putting on some crazy Afro-futuristic, the Brother Ah and Sun Ra and that type of stuff, the deeper stuff. And we started vibing on that. And then I heard her music and found out that she made music by the name of Brown Alice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's
Brown
crazy,
Calvin.
because I was making beats under Brown Calvin like for the last year and a half, 2 years or something like
It
that.
was meant to be.
That's what I was going to
I
say.
said right
man.
there on the spot, like, we got to do something called Brown Calculus. But that was years before we actually started even collaborating and actually doing it. And
I think you saw
so
me
it's just like,
perform.
yeah, the first show.
Yeah, when I was performing just as Brown Alice.
Yeah.
He saw my first show. It was at In Other Words bookstore. And right after I performed, he's like, we gotta work together. And I was like, okay.
That's what's up, man. Brown Calculus live in the neighborhood. So is there no more Brown Calvin and Brown Alice? Is that?
Oh no, that's still
There
us.
is. I mean,
but together we make Brown Calculus because it's Calculus because he's Calvin, I'm Alice, so it's parts of our name together. The Cal from Calvin and the Killis from Alice.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. It's funny that you say that. Like, it's been, I mean, obviously watching you folks performing and seeing you release music, we know that you haven't been doing this that long, but like listening to the music, it's so organically, it fits so well. It sounds like y'all been doing this for a minute.
Thanks.
Which is dope.
Yeah, we've been doing this
how
for
it
like
feels.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Even though it's been we've known each other for a while now, but it's just been a little over a year.
Yeah.
But we get along so well and have a mutual respect for one another.
Yeah.
It's probably because we're both Geminis. But
And I think that our vision, like we have common goals artistically, and so that leads to just kind of a lot of freedom in terms of I just do my thing, and that vibes with her doing her thing,
right?
And her and
we both like weird things too, like weird music. So that always worked out. When he first played some beats for me, I was listening to them. And I was like, I want this one. And he's like,
I was like, what?
Sure? This is like the weirdest beat I have.
Crazy,
I was like, yeah, that's mine. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And
okay, so she brought that back the next day after I sent it. Finally, because I'm a slacker on my email, keeping up with certain things, as Rashonda will tell you. But so I finally sent her, this beat, and she comes back the next day and sings this for me, and it was just like, oh my God, it finally felt like my music was like complete, Wow. It was like, because instrumental music can, you're like, man, I could just add this, I could add that, and you keep pushing, but when, you know, what she does is like, it's like the other half of me musically or something.
Oh,
Look at
I
this.
feel the same
Look at
way.
this.
I feel the same way.
That's so crazy. Brown Calculus up in the neighborhood. You know what's funny though, man, because you hear that, like, that's sort of a common theme, you know, when you find, like, historically, when you find groups where a producer and a vocalist get together, and you hear that, man, that's what I was missing. Like, that's what I've been searching for. And it sounds like that's what's happened between you folk, which is dope.
Definitely. Yeah.
Chopping it up with Brown Calculus. You know, it's funny. So it's been a minute ago when YGB was celebrating, I think, a year. I had an opportunity to sit with you.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and you was on Cliff Notes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you again for doing that.
Yeah.
But it was cool, like, as we were talking and you sort of shared kind of your vision of where you wanted to go and what you wanted to do. And as you were performing as Brown Alice, Portland was kind of feeling that. Like, they were really connecting to what you were doing.
I didn't know what I was doing.
And sometimes this could be a good place to make that happen, you know what I mean? But it's cool to see that continued growth in what you're doing as an artist, and then to see it combined with what Calvin is doing as a producer to be this sort of new project that everybody's really taken to, obviously.
Thanks.
And y'all kind of busy, man. Like, y'all doing y'all thing in Portland performance-wise, which is cool.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be doing a show on Monday.
Yes.
March the 19th at Holocene, along with Fontaine and then Tehran and Aomare.
Yes.
That lineup is kind of fresh.
Yeah,
yo.
it's kind of dope.
Yeah. super nice.
So like I said, I mean, you guys have done your thing in the city quite a bit, but for people who haven't had an opportunity to see you do your thing live yet, when they go to Holocene, tell them what they can expect to see.
Just something, you know, you can hear. I think there's our set is just a little different every time we play it, because there's improvisational components in the way that I perform and in the way that Vaughn performs, and so it's just, there's gonna be something fresh to it, you know. And we also have some new material that's not recorded, it's not on the album.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hold up, y'all got fans calling. Hold on for a second. We got Brown Calvin and Brown Alice.
Yes.
Yeah. Brown Calculus live in the neighborhood. That project that piece that I played from the medley that you released live at the Map Room, that particular portion of the medley, like, I'm really digging.
Thanks.
Really digging that.
We love the medley.
And that
it has a lot of power.
Yeah,
medley,
that,
you know?
actually, the first time I heard that section that you played, like, I welled up, like, tears got my, you know, I was just like, damn, I was standing in the kitchen like, man, this is crazy. Like, just the way she gets into that, and just like, you just feel it, you know, it's so dope.
Well, I mean, it's interesting that you put it that way, because listening to Vaughn sing, that's one of the first things that comes to me is power. There is so much power in the way you sing. And to me, it's a little bit of a throwback, and I think audibly to me personally, as an old head, I feel like it's some of what we're missing now. I think that folk who have that talent, that softness to their voice, but have the power behind it, I don't think we see a lot of that. So
thank you.
Definitely dig what you're doing, man.
Thanks.
So, all right, let's do this. I'm gonna play another joint. We're gonna come back and chop it up some more with Brown Calculus. I'm giving away a pair of tickets tonight, so they're gonna be performing at Holocene on Monday, and I got a pair of tickets to give away. So it's Brown Calculus, Fontaine, and then Tehran and Aomare are gonna be on the bill. It's gonna be nuts. But let's get into another joint from Brown Calculus. We play another couple cuts, and then come back right here. XRAY FM. Welcome to the neighborhood. Yes, y'all. You got DJ Klyph, man, in here chopping it up with Brown Alice and Brown Calvin, collectively known as Brown Calculus. What's good?
Yo.
Hey, that's us.
We played another joint that you guys released from an EP recently. That's also kind of nice, and it's cool to see the collective, like, you know, hearing the one-offs, but to hear the collective, the EP that you guys put together. That process, was that something that you were working specifically towards, or was it, let's record some joints and then just kind of see what happens with it?
It was definitely something that we were working towards. When we first got together, we, you know, admired each other's music, but we were trying to figure out how we could, you know, make it concentrated, like focus on something. So I think I picked the theme of self-actualization. So then we just started writing kind of based on that. Like I started writing lyrics to talk about that theme. And then the project just came about because our friend Chris White, who is part of the Map Room studio, he came up with the idea, and he's like, what if you guys just, I don't think he's even seen us perform yet, but he's like, you guys should just perform here, you know, and we'll record it and we'll do an EP.
And he's like, we'll charge at the door, you know, $15-$20, make it nice, have refreshments and stuff like that, so that they can help to pay for the session. And so it's like kind of like a Kickstarter, but it's live, and you get to just come enjoy the show
at the time.
Right then and there. There's no like incentive later.
It's like a real life starter.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, the project is dope, man. If people want to check it out, where what's the connect to check out the?
So right now you can find it on browncalculusep.bandcamp.com.
Yes.
You can also head over to Conduit Records. It's gonna be pressed on vinyl.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yeah. So that's coming soon. You can pre-order that. You can get yourself a download in the meantime.
Yeah, at our shows. Come to our shows.
Come through, and you get, you know, the download code for a few bucks less or whatever.
That's
so
what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
We got t-shirts.
Come check us
too.
out. You know, we
got a dope logo.
Yeah. All right, the logo is kind of fresh. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay. Brown Calculus is also a part of a larger collective, and Dre, you mentioned it earlier in the interview. Your crew, Tribe Mars.
Yes.
Yeah, part of the Hive Mind.
Word.
Yeah. Word. Hive Mind Collective.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Tribe Mars, the Pariahs, which I also play keys with. A great band with Wes Guy, and some other really great musicians, and. Yeah, Tribe Mars is like my first kind of like collaborative project that I've ever really been a part of and been serious about, and it's a really fun project. The other bands in the collective are Two Planets, which have been on a hiatus for a really long time, but Dusty Fox is doing shows with Rufus Small Towns. As research and development, and then Adverse Effects, whose drummer passed away recently, rest in peace. They'll be back strong real soon. We're working on some stuff with Fiji, with the Pariahs. That whole movement is really starting to get back together and kind of regroup, and we're gonna have a night coming up. I think Mondays. There'll be more about it coming soon, but I think Mondays at Alberta Street we're gonna be doing kind of a thing. Yeah, so it's gonna be tight. Yeah, like get it going again with the collective. So
That's what's up, man. Well, there's so many, man. There's so many connects there. Wes is going to be at Mic Check at the end of this month, which is dope. Adverse Effects have been at Mic Check, so that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And Tribe Mars has a show on April 4th at the Goodfoot.
Oh, word.
Oh, yeah, with the Pariahs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's,
That's what's up. All right, well, look.
Come see us.
This is how it works. This is how it works. So y'all are neighborhood residents now that y'all been in the neighborhood. So that means anytime you want to come back through, you just say the word.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you just ran down like all of the different crews that y'all are connected with, so you got plenty of reasons to come back up in the neighborhood. And then you talked about shows, man. So we know that you folks are going to be at Holocene on Monday. It goes down. Doors are at 8:30. It's a 21 and over show. You get an opportunity to see Brown Calculus, Fontaine, and of course, it might be the Northwest debut. I ain't gonna say that, but I don't know. I know Tyron and El Mari are gonna be in the building big, so that's going down on Monday at Holocene. But if for whatever reason, like you digging them so much, you like, man, look, I can't wait till Monday to see Brown Calculus do their thing. Come on, then you have like a couple minutes. You probably got a half hour to get over to Mississippi Studios, because y'all doing a show at Mississippi Studios tonight.
We are.
That's crazy.
Part of the best new band showcase.
Say that. Best new band.
Yes.
You know?
Shout out to Menta Abioto.
Yes. And Frankie Simone.
Who are playing. And
that's what's up, man.
It's a dope lineup.
It was a really cool list this year, you know.
Definitely.
It's really nice to see a lot of like black and brown folks on there getting recognized. Like, duh.
Yep.
I was like, hello.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yes. Very much so. Very much so. Brown Calculus, they're going to be at Mississippi Studios in like a half an hour. You can go check them out. And then you get to see them again on Monday at Holocene. It's going down. Look, man, y'all, I'm so grateful to have y'all in here, man.
Thank you.
You know, let's just continue to build, man. You know, I got you on the support tip. So y'all keep doing what y'all do.
Thanks.
I'm going to keep doing what I do.
Oh, and we're trying to make it to Philly next month for some shows and for this music conference that we're going to perform at. So come out to our shows and buy a T-shirt.
And show some love.
Donate, because that extra love will help us get there.
Come on.
Because our music is about uplifting Black folks, you know, and letting them know that being their true selves is cool.
That's what's up.
So we want to spread that message on the other coast.
Come on.
So come out to our shows, buy a T-shirt, send us money, all that.
Exactly. Like for real. Like no louder than words. Y'all know my motto, louder than words. So let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Brown Calculus in the neighborhood. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Y'all go rock Mississippi Studios now.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.